Well, I mean, did you find that having that last name, it acted as kind of both a privilege and a burden in terms of the expectations that
Yeah,
might come from it?
1,000%. I mean, I do honestly wonder if it may have been easier if I changed my last name. I think that that's like a very big misconception that people have, is that when you're born to a famous family with a famous last name, it's just like, the gates of heaven open for you, which is absolutely not the case. It wasn't like my dad was writing parts for me and casting me in movies and financing them. Like, I started out in the same way. And many times I think, and I read about this in the book, people actually had sort of unrealistic expectations of me, or they had preconceived notions of who I was going to be because of who my father is. And then when I wasn't that, because my dad's a pretty dark person, and I absolutely have a dark side, but I think when you meet me, I come off as a bit more bubblegum. And so it was almost like, because people had this preconceived notion of who I was going to be and what I was going to bring to the table, if I didn't fit into that box, they almost wrote me off as opposed to just taking what I had to offer.
Like they want somebody, they assumed you were going to be intense and brooding.
I think so. And then when I wasn't, they were sort of like, well, wait, what? And I think it sort of, that lended itself to oftentimes people not liking me just because I confused them. So it really was a double-edged sword. It wasn't always a help starting out.
Well, I mean, you talk really honestly about the label nepo baby and how you relate to that. And you describe growing up in a family that's in the entertainment business. And because of that, it seems like you had this sense of what your dreams were and what you wanted your trajectory to be at a very early age. And I feel like that alone is such a huge gift that puts you ahead of so many other people in itself. Do you agree with that? Is that a fair statement?
1,000%. I mean, I always say the greatest gift that I think I got being born into an entertainment family was exposure and knowledge. I definitely caught the bug early. People ask, and I'm like, I have no idea how to answer this question. If I would have wanted to be an actor, if I was born to, a family of dentists, and I don't know the answer to that question, but I think it really, I got to see it from a very young age, and it made me fall in love with it very early. And I think I also got to see really how the mechanism of the industry worked. So I started out, I was pretty jaded already. I got to see how brutal it was, how much rejection there was, how a day on set is not glamorous whatsoever. It's long and it's grueling and it's early mornings and there's a ton of waiting around and often the food is bad. And I really got to witness how the sausage was made, and I think that definitely helped me a lot. And I think just knowing what I wanted to do,
That's huge.
it was such a gift.